Check it out the permission, whether you are able to get it or not.
Yeah.
And screen is shared to you, right?
I can see the screen.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Check now.
No.
No?
No.
Or it is not. Okay, now I think it will be.
Yeah.
So in our previous sessions, we have seen some of the features of the OOPS concept, that is known as object and class, and I think you don't have any issue in this one. We have seen polymorphism also, right?
Yeah.
And that too is clear to you, right? What actually this polymorphism is doing and how it is working, means behaving differently in different locations, right?
Yeah.
We have seen inheritance example and its features also, right?
Yeah.
So these are the three important features of the any of the object-oriented programming language that is known as the OOPS concepts, right? So we have already seen these three. We have some more remaining, two more remaining. That is known as one is known as abstraction. Okay, and encapsulation. These are the two important points that we are going to see. Okay, so what actually this abstraction means? In literally, if we talk for the normal English, right? What actually this means? Abstractions. Simply the we can define like the process of abstracting something, right?
Yeah.
So this is like the English definition for abstractions. The process of abstracting means it is simply going to tell that filter out, right? Filter out only required data, if we talk for the data or material, something like that, right? From
Yeah.
raw data, right? Means there will be plenty of the data from where we want certain specific data, and we want only a specific data and we will filter it out, right? Because what you will do if you don't require anything, why you will take that, right? You require right now one iPhone you want to buy, why you will buy extra gadget? Because you are already having iPhone and other things, so why you will buy? You require only iPhone particular 11, 11 Pro, so you will buy particular model itself, right? You are not going to buy all the model of the iPhone, right? All
Yeah.
are iPhone, but you want particular specific model and you will buy that one only. It means what you are doing, you are, whenever if you are buying online or if you are buying offline, in both the cases, what you will do, first you will select the iPhone, you will get the list of the iPhone available iPhones, then from there you will filter out particular model, right? That I want 11 Pro, something like that, and you will filter out. In that also there will be multiple options, ROM, based on the ROM, like 64 GB, 128 GB, like that, right? And some other will be like colors also, right? So you need to filter out, because we have the list of the things available based on the particular thing. We need to filter it out, right? So what you are doing, you are abstracting a particular model with a particular ROM size along with a particular color, right? So you are
Yeah.
filtering that specific thing, and because you want only that one, if you want the white color, then why you will look for the blue and black, right? Because you don't want. And if you have in mind that I will first compare and then I will decide, then that is the secondary matter. But you have the mindset that I will buy this time white color only, and you will directly buy it, right? So this
Yeah.
process is known as abstracting something from the raw data, right? Raw means plenty of the data will be there, and from there you are filtering something. So similar kind of the concept we are defining over here in the OOPS concept also. So what actually this abstraction? Now how we can define this into the real world programming scenario, not the real world life scenario, right? Real world programming scenario, how we can define. this process of abstraction. So we can define like hiding unwanted details and getting only required details of anything. So if we are dealing with the programming, so it will be like the object of the particular class. So we will stop over here only. Hiding unwanted details and getting only required details. This is known as abstraction, right? Again, I will
Yeah.
take an example. So suppose in your colony where you are living or so some places, right? So you will find some board on a particular property that it is a private property, right? Private property will be one board will be mentioned, and if it is private, nobody is visiting that property, right?
Yeah.
Because you are not authorized to visit that one. It is a private to some specific person, right?
Yeah.
It means the owner of that property, he is restricting you that this property belongs to me only. You cannot play cricket over here. You cannot park any car. Okay. You cannot make use of this land. If you are making without permission, it will be unlawful and you have to pay the penalty for the same. Right.
Yes.
So this is the real world. Again, I will tell you, suppose you need to buy one pen, simple one. You need to buy one blue pen, right?
Yeah.
So you will visit to shop because at the shop, a stationery shop, there will be multiple pens, right? And you are
Yeah.
not going to see one by one pen, all one by one pen, and then you are not going to filter it out, right? So what you will do? So suppose based on certain brands, right? There will be some brands of the particular pen, and you will look for that particular brand, right? So again, in that brand, there will be multiple types of the pen. Same brand, multiple types, right? Some will be based on the price. Some will be 10 rupees. Some will be 15 rupees. Some will be like 100 rupees, right? And
Yeah.
again, in that 100 rupees pen also, there will be some color, right? What ink color you want, whether blue, black, green, red, right? So again, you are filtering it out, right?
Yeah.
So this is the manual work you are doing. Instead of that, same thing you can do. You will simply, if it is a small shop, what you will do, you will go and ask the shopkeeper, I want a particular brand pen, okay, and price should be like 100 to 50 to 100 rupees. This is the my range, and then he will ask, what do you want, blue color or black color? This one question he will ask. Again, there may be a possibility that he will ask whether you want the ball pen or the ink pen, right? Because there is a
Yeah.
possibility it will be available. So what you got a particular, you have given the particular information, and based on that, you have got the pen, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you want only a particular information about that pen. You told to shopkeeper and you got that. But did that shopkeeper, either the shopkeeper or either you, any one of you knows what are the cost cutting for making that pen, what are the company which is manufacturing, because the brand is something and there may be chances that some other company is manufacturing for that brand, right? How many, what exact time it was manufactured, how many testing has been done on this pen, who has designed this concept of this pen for that particular model, you don't know, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to know that also, right? You don't want to know. So that type of the unwanted information you don't want, and company is also not providing to you. Only if you see on the wrapper, it will be mentioned that manufactured on this, manufactured by this company and imported or exported by this one, right? Only this type of the, only few information will be mentioned over there. But that raw, from which company he has bought the raw material, like that, it is not mentioned over there because you don't want, and company also not providing. So what he is doing, it doesn't mean that information is not available to the company. That information will be also available to the company, but that is private to company. It is not publicly exposed. Got it?
Yeah.
So that is the private property, and whatever which is common to all, that is known as the public property. Anybody can make use of this, right? That is the public property. Same concept we can apply into our programming language also. Okay, so there may be a question why I'm talking for this private and public property right now. So the logic behind this one is that how we are going to achieve abstraction, right? Abstraction, it is simply the hiding unwanted details and getting only required details. But how we can make this concept used in our programming language? So suppose as a developer, right, you are as working for the Tableau, right? So there will be some report will be generated and which you are sending to the particular person, right? That report you are sending, did you send the information that I have executed this one time, 10 times, I have executed at the 12 noon or in the night, I have, while executing this, generating this report, I was consuming coffee or not, something like, you are not sending this, but, right? But all this information is with you, but only the, the person who is sitting next to you, he wants only the final report, right? So you are sending to them. That is the known as abstraction. Means you are hiding the unwanted details to next person. Suppose if there is a two scenario. First scenario, you are sending only the report and the person is interested in that one. Second scenario, the person is interested in report and you are sending a report along with the unwanted details. He will scold you, right? Because why you are sending this to me? Because I want only the report for that particular work, right? So you are hiding all the unwanted features to yourself itself, right? Yourself only. You are not showing publicly to the next person who is demanding the report. Means the unwanted information is the private to you. Got it?
Yeah.
Even your friend cannot see your code because if two persons are working on the similar concept, you cannot show your work to him because if you are showing it, it will be the public. It is not the private. Private means restricted to a specific person. Only the person who is having the authority to provide access, right? That type of the distinction is known as the private and public property. In our programming language, how we can do it? So just think about one of the example, and that example is something like the you are using the ATMs, right? You are
Yeah.
using the ATMs. So whenever you are visiting ATM machine, what you will do? You will simply make use whether it is a contactless machine or contact with the contacts. So based on that, you will take your card and then you will see some of the options: withdrawal, deposit, something, mini statement, and other things, right? And you will make use of that one. Do you know any of the ATMs? What type of the programming language they have used for developing that application? No, you don't know, right?
Now, mostly whatever is they might use like different, like let's say,
Because there may be chances that different banking ATMs will be developed and designed by using the different languages. Their software will be designed using different languages, right?
yeah,
So you don't know and you don't want to know that also, right? So company or the banks associated with a particular company is only providing you the graphical interface where the menus are available and you have to simply make use of that one, right? You don't want that unnecessary details and company is not providing that unnecessary details. That is known as abstractions. Here the abstraction concept has been used. Means some property is made private to it and remaining the withdrawal and other menu are the public. Anybody can see that options, right? But when you use your card, you will authenticate with your pin, and inside that, whatever the details is there, other person cannot be able to see it, right? Because that property is private to you only. Got it? Right?
Yeah.
So there will be different property for different peoples based on the his account and other things. Got it? So by this, they are providing the abstraction for one user, abstraction for another user. All are making use of the abstraction, but internally the concept is same, but they are internal, like how much the deposited amount, what is the means available amount, that are different because that depends upon the user, right? Customers.
Yeah.
There is a chances that when you give your ATM card to your friend, you will give the PIN, then that time he will be able to see your information, right? It means that you are giving the admin right to him. While giving your ATM and PIN to him, it means that your private information you are sharing with him, so he can be able to get it, right?
Yeah.
So that is the abstraction, and how we can achieve this abstraction. So this abstraction can be achieved in any of the OOPS object-oriented programming language by two features. By making use of the abstract class, or second is known as interface. Okay. So what actually interface, what actually this abstract class, that we will see some of the examples. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, what is the abstract class? Yesterday we were talking about one of the class that is known as the shape, right? Shape class was we talked. Inside that shape class there was some method, something like that,
Yeah.
something like this, right? This method was defined, right? So what it is here, for this shape class, you are not providing any specific implementation of this area method, right? You have simply this structure, right? Whoever the class which is inheriting this one, they need to provide the definition for this area class. Like rectangle class will be providing the definition according to their area calculation, right? Shape class will be again derived by the triangle, will the circle. So all will provide the implementation based on their requirement, right? So
Yeah.
this type of the things is known as abstraction. So abstraction simply means you will provide the structure, but the implementation is not provided. Got it?
Yeah.
I think it's clear now, right? We will
Yeah.
see how we can define the abstract class, whether we are going to define the abstract class or whether we are going to define the abstract method, how we can define it, right? That is the main question over here now. So this will be one of the example for defining the abstract. Now this is the same class what we seen earlier, but how it is abstract now, right? So this class is same, but here some method will be abstract method because we are not providing the implementation of this, right?
Yeah.
So this method can be abstract because we are not providing. The class who will inherit this will provide the implementation for this one. So like previously we have seen that how we can make any kind of the method as the static, remember?
Yeah.
There were some annotations which we are making use to make it as the abstract, means a static. Similar thing in Python, we have the abstract method, okay, annotation. If you provide anywhere abstract method annotations means This method is abstract, means only the structure, the name itself is defined, but the implementation is not defined over here. You are simply passing it, the class, the next class who is inheriting this one will provide the implementation for this one. Clear?
Yeah.
So we need to make use of the abstract method interface, and not interface, annotation over the method. This is the one of the way. Okay. Now a question will come, how it is abstract class now, right? We have not made this class as the abstract. Then how we are calling this as the it is the abstract class? So abstract class is nothing but the something which is having abstract method inside this one. Got it?
Yeah.
Class which contains the abstract method is known as abstract class. Any method, either it should have one abstract method and it can have the n number of the abstract method inside this one, right? So that type of the class is known as abstract method. And to make any method abstract, what we have to do? We have to make use of the @abstract method annotation on the particular method. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
Will you try to write an example for this one?
Yeah, all right.
Or I need to write?
No, I will write it down.
First you try it, but this is the concept for the abstraction. Okay. And this class, say class, whoever is inheriting this one, child class, it is mandatory that the definition for this area should be provided in the child class. You cannot escape over there, right? So these things you need to take care. Is it possible that, like how we are creating an object of the abstract normal class, can we create an object of the abstract class?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, we cannot create the object of this abstract class. Okay, why? Any idea? Just guess.
I'm thinking we can.
No, we cannot. That is the answer. But why we cannot? This is the question again to you. If you think it's very easy, but only if you are thinking. The reason behind this one is, what is the reason?
It doesn't have a complete implementation.
The reason is that one only, because this shape class is not having any implementation over here, right? What is the content inside this one, what it is going to do? This class itself doesn't know, right? It is not the complete class, because this definition and other things, there may be multiple features associated with this class, and that information is not provided over here in this shape class. So you cannot create the object of this class, you cannot instantiate this object, right? So there may be a question, then how it is going to work? So by the child class who is inheriting that class, you can create an object of the circle, as you are seeing over here. If you are creating the circle object, you can be able to access that method which is present inside the parent, right? Is it fine or not?
Yeah.
So the class which is inheriting this abstract class, that is going to provide the definition for that abstract method, and only you can create the object of the child class, okay, and through that you can be able to access the method which is available into the shape class. So here if you look over here in the area, so if you are creating the object of this circle class, you are now this area method is going to be defined over here, right? You need to first provide the definition, then only you can be going to call the area method. Got it? So the class which is inheriting that one, that abstract class, can provide, can access, we can instantiate that one, but we cannot instantiate, means we cannot initializing this abstract class. If you are trying to do, it will give you the message. Just run this example into your machine. You need to create one class with some of the abstract method. Okay, you can take one method abstract method, or you can take multiple abstract method, and then you can create the child class for that one. And then what you can do, you can create an object circle c equal to, you just execute the line circle, okay, so circle object equal to c equal to shape. Got it? So how we are creating the object? Like this one, right? This is the only method to create the object. So if you call like this one, it will give you the error. It will tell you we cannot create the instance of this abstract class. So this is the task that you need to check it out into your system. Got it? Then there may be a question, why we are using this abstract class? There may be a question, right? And this is the important question, that why we are making use of the abstract class. If we cannot create the instance, we cannot make use of this directly. This is because sometimes when we are writing our things, right, like we have to define the area method into one of the particular class shape, as we have seen the example over here. We don't know what is the name of the method. Suppose we have the circle, one child class at the circle, one child class at the rectangle, one child class at the triangle. So at that time, same method name, if you are applying everywhere in a single class, it will work or not? If the two classes are different, it will work, but in the side the same class, it is not going to work. So it is only providing the structure, right? That whoever the class which is inheriting this, that will have 100% the area method define itself. Got it?
Yeah.
It is like the template. By making use of this one, you are going to create the class. It is not the actual class. It is the class, but it is the property of the abstraction. Got it?
Yeah.
Something is hidden, something is not fully defined over here, that we need to take. And there is a chances that this shape class can have the normal methods also. It is not mandatory that it will have only the what, it cannot have only abstract method, right? It can have the normal method also. That type of method is known as concrete method. This method definition you can provide over here directly.
Yeah.
But for this one, you cannot provide over here. Got it? So abstract class can have one or more than one abstract method inside this one. Abstract class can have the abstract method along with some concrete method also. Let me put some concrete. This is the concrete method. Okay. And by annotation, you can be able to see it is the abstract method. Right?
Yeah.
So what is the basic definition differences between abstract method and concrete method? Simply take in mind one line answer. Abstract method means it is not complete. Okay. Concrete means fully featured. Got it?
Yeah.
So this is the basic and the important difference between these two type of the method, abstract method and concrete method. Concrete is fully defined, while abstract is only the having the structure inside that content is not present. In the class which is implementing this, that need to provide the implementation for that methods. And abstract class cannot be directly sliced. We cannot directly create the object of this one. Why? Because it is not fully defined how the object will be created, what features will be present inside the object, right? If everything is fully defined, then the object, whatever you are creating, the object will also have all the features present, right? But the class itself is not complete. What will be the features present in the object? Got it?
Yeah.
Any doubt?
No. Okay.
Are you sure? No doubt. Because you are not talking with the confidence.
No, I have to practice a bit and then.
Yeah, because you need to write the code for this and test it. Based on output, you will come to know that it is clear or not,
Sure.
right? If I am
Yeah.
typing and you are listening, it will be not good.
Okay. Yeah.
Similar kind of the things like the interface, abstract class, we have the concept of the interface also. So what actually this interface? How we are going to define this into Python, right? What is interface?
Interface is something we, you know.
Interface is similar kind like the abstract class only. Okay, we'll see what is the difference between them. Interface is nothing but it is providing you the same structure only, right? The implementation and internal working, it is not defined, right? That is the interface. Interface
Yeah.
can be of any type, not in the programming. It can be like the user interface of any of the applications, something, right? So you
Yeah.
are getting that interface, and internally it is working somewhere, right? So here
Yeah.
this interface will also have method. Okay, it will also have method. Okay, and that method will not have any body inside this one. Okay, means their definition will also not present over here. As I told that it is similar to the abstract class only. So here you are not having any body, means only the name structure will be present. Okay,
Mm.
we'll see some of the examples how we are going to create for this one. Okay, you are not responding. What happened to
No,
you?
no, I said yeah.
So how we are going to create this interface? You seen just now that we are going to how we can create the abstract class, right?
Yeah.
But how we can create the interface into the Python? Think about it for just 20-30 seconds. Are you able to get any idea? Because the internal working, it's almost same, not the 100%, right? The method name is present, but the definition for that method is not present.
So we gonna.
No.
We're gonna create an application.
So answer for this one, it can be also created using the abstract class, right? How we are creating the abstract class, same way we will create the interface. The difference between them is that in the case of abstract class, okay, we are having some concrete method also, we are also having some abstract method. Both are possible, right?
Yeah.
Means if it is a concrete, you need to provide the full features functionality over here. But in case of interface, every method, whether it is one method or 100 method, every method will be abstract. There is no place for concrete method. Got it?
Mm.
So now I think you will be able to come to know that how we are going to create the interface into the Python.
Yeah.
In other programming language, we have the some of the other features, like in Java, if we have to create the interface, we need to make use of this interface, okay, keyword. Like I'll show you one basic example, like class hello. So this is one of the class example, right? It will have
Yeah.
certain features inside this one. So if it is a Java class and in Java language, and if we are creating the class, we can create like this one. And similar way, if we have to create the interface, we can replace this keyword class itself as the interface. But here in Python, we don't have such features. Okay, whatever you want to create, you have to make use of the class or always the abstract class concept. But only the point you need to keep in mind that in interface you don't need to give any kind of the concrete method.
Abstract method. Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
In case of abstract class, there will be concrete with the abstract method. Both type of method will be present. Correct? But in
Yeah.
case of interface, there will be no concrete method. I hope you are clear now.
Yeah.
Try to create some example. You will be more comfortable into this one.
And also,
Yes. Hello?
yeah. And also, uh, some, some I heard some people say got from input like interface are not necessary in Python. This, like Python has proper multiple inheritance. So
So in case of Java, interface is basically used for the multiple inheritance, right? But in case of Python, it's already multiple inheritance is there.
yeah,
So why we need that? But still, we can create it. We cannot tell that we cannot create
we can create using abstract method.
abstract class itself.
Abstract class, yeah.
In Java, if we are creating abstract class, abstract keyword should be specified before class.
Okay. Got
Like this one, if it is class, we need to provide the keyword. But
okay.
in Python, we are not providing it.
Then just mention. Yeah.
Yes, and you have seen how we can provide the means create the interface. So in Java, we need to make use of the interface keyword, but here we have not to make use of the interface. How it is going to work? It is going to create it based on the abstract class itself, but it should not have any concrete method. And what is the concrete method? Concrete method is nothing but the method which is having implementation. Abstract method will not have any kind of the implementation inside this one. Got it or not?
Yeah, I got it. I was clear with now. Different.
Try to create some of the means example,
Yeah.
then it will be more clear to you.
Yeah.
So this is known as abstraction, and abstraction can be achieved in Python by making use of the abstract class or by making use of the interface. Got it?
Yeah.
What we are having remaining? What is the main concept remaining now?
Now we have covered the class.
Encapsulation. Encapsulation. Sorry, what you told?
No, I was just saying that we have completed polymorphism. All this.
Class object completed, polymorphism completed, inheritance completed, abstraction completed. Then something is remaining. What is that something? This is what it is. Yes. So what actually this encapsulation is? Think on this one. What the meaning of this word? What is encapsulation? Have you heard about the capsules?
Yeah.
What is that?
Like essential features.
Capsule, normal daily life. In medicines, medicine, there will be some tablet, there will be some capsule, right? And that capsule will be like the outer coverage, one plastic type membrane will be there. And inside that, sorry?
Bundling some materials inside it.
Yeah. Why that material is kept inside that one and one big outer that rubber type outer surface will be there? Why?
Something similar like that. But this is
Because that are the small granules, right? You cannot count it while eating, right?
Yeah.
If it is prescribed one, you can take it. But if it's prescribed, you have to take the 8. Then it's very difficult to take care of the number, right? A small element particles is there. And if it is a small like that one, suppose sometimes there is a chances that it is going to be fall down, right? That time you cannot be able to get it out also because it is so small, right? So in case of the capsule, that outer membrane is simply to provide you the protection, first feature, right? Protection, it will provide you always the protection, right? For whom it will provide the protection? For that smaller particles. Means if it is wrapped with the outer particle, the smaller one, then no other if there are some other particles also, right? If you take an example of the two capsules, right? One with the some other dosage, some another with the some another dosage, right? So at that time, if outer member is not there, both can be mixed, right? Because there may be chances that both are having the same color and other things, right? There is a chance that it is going to mix. How you will come to know that which granule you have to take for this purpose and for which one for the another purpose. So the concept of the outer membrane is to provide protection. Okay, it will provide the protection to its inner contents, right?
Yeah.
How we can relate that into the case of the programming language? Similar concept. What you can do? And what is the best example for this encapsulation?
So somehow we will have to take a class.
So the basic example for this encapsulation is the class. How? See here, I am defining some method. Okay. A method. You can give the proper name. I am showing you only the concept now.
Yeah.
There is also B method. It is also having some work associated with it. And as I mentioned that this class is not having only the methods. There may be chances that it will have x equal to 10, right? Or take one only, right? And this is the class. Okay? Is it?
Yeah.
So the basic funda of the encapsulation is to wrap up. It will provide you the wrapper, outermost wrapper for the fields or variables or the data members inside this one. It may be particular data member also, or it may be a complete method also. So all together is going to be wrapped inside this ABC. So now if ABC is one of the class, okay, and suppose one class is shape, we have seen earlier, right? And suppose that no, we will create an example of the circle because that is a complete class. This is how we can create the object of the circle class, right?
Yeah.
So whatever the content inside the shape or circle, there was a method that is known as area. We can call over here, right? But what will happen if I am going to call this method? Whether it is going to work or not.
It will.
See, this A and B method is present inside this ABC class.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and S is an object of the circle class, and there is no relationship between the circle and the ABC. Got it?
Yeah.
So that time, when you execute these two lines, you will get error, right? Because the object S is not able to find any A method and B method in circle class. Got it?
Yeah.
This A method and B method is particularly defined inside this ABC class only. So whatever the object of this ABC class, that can be able to access this A and B, but no other objects. Got it? Is it
Yeah.
clear?
Yeah. Okay.
Only the object of this ABC class can access these two method and these variables. No other object can access. It means it is providing the one of the protection, right? One, it is providing the protection that no other class can make use of this one.
Yes.
Now there is a possibility, there is a chances that the class, this ABC class is now going to be overridden, or it can be inherited into some class that is known as ABC1. Okay, class ABC1. Suppose this is the class. Got it?
Yeah.
Inside that I will not write anything, but think that there is a class. Now, if you are creating an object like this one, ABC1, right? If you are creating an object of the ABC1, and that time A dot A method, if you are going to call, whether it will work or not.
A dot A and B also, right? Yeah, it will.
It will work because you have established the relationship between A class and B class, right?
Yeah.
So whatever the features property which is available into this ABC class, the same will be present into this ABC1. Got it? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is why you are able to call the A method and B method. There is a chance that in ABC1 class over here, there is some other method also defined, like this one. There is a possibility, right?
Yeah.
It is defined, and now over here, A dot C you can also call. It will work. So this is the one of the concept. But now I want to make that this X, these two method is available over here because it is the child class of that one. Okay. Now you need to remove this one. Why you are passing this one? Okay, so this A and B method is present over here, X is also present over here because you have inherited that one. But suppose now you don't want to make this X property should be inherited into the child class. Okay, you want only A and B will be inherited but not the X value. Got it? Means you want to make that particular X private to ABC only. Okay, if it is private to ABC, it cannot be present inside that ABC1 object. Are you getting the point? What I am telling you?
Yeah.
Means if it is inheriting, that's fine. Everything will be present because all are public over here by default, so it will be present into the ABC1 also. But I don't want to provide this X value inside ABC1. I want to make this as a private to ABC only, not to available to the ABC1. How we can make it? So we need to make this as a private, right?
Yeah.
How we can make this as a private?
Defining.
So in Python, we have the shortcut. If you want to make anything as a private, okay, what you can do, you can provide one underscore before this one.
Okay.
So now this X will be treated private to ABC, and sometimes you will find double X, right? So that is the best way to make the private. And you have seen this example into your previous case also. See over here, this initialization method is private to this dog because here also initialization method is there, here also initialization method is there, right? But this initialization method is private to dog and this initialization method is private to cat. How? How it is initialized private? You can see it has started with a double underscore. Got it?
Yeah.
That is why methods or variables, what you want to make the private, that you can make prefix of underscore before that. What is your task now? You need to execute, you need to write the code for this. Okay. First time, what you will do, you will create ABC, have normal X, not with a double underscore. Okay. X equal to 10. And here, one method, you need to execute this one. And you need to access this X value by creating the object of this ABC1. Okay, maybe it will be, you will be able to access this X because it is not privately defined. Next time you just try to make this X as a private, so you can directly make the private be with, first time you can check with one underscore. Okay, second time you just check with a two underscore and just check whether there is any kind of the differences between them or not.
Oh.
Okay, so this is your task for the day. Okay, what you need to do, you need to